The last few months have been hard. For me, as well as almost every other photographer that I've talked to. We all say we're doing fine, but in the back of our minds, there's uncertainty. For me, the past few months have taken its toll on my motivation to create. I'm not inspired, depressed even. I got to the point in my depression where I started buying film cameras again. Medium format, 35mm, waist viewfinders, Hogas, all in an attempt to spark the motivation that was once there. I'm making this video in an attempt to re-inspire myself, and I hope that it can help you as well. When we're learning photography, our skills are improving every single day. There is motivation in that progression, and it keeps us looking at what's next. Then you reach a plateau, a point where you can no longer see your skills progressing every single day. You start to feel stuck, and it becomes difficult to move forward. You lose the motivation that you once had. For me, only a few friends and family members support my career as a photographer. And if I stopped taking photos forever, very few of them would care. There's very little outside pressure for us as photographers to continue working. And as a photographer, no one is going to push you to succeed. So your motivation must come from inside yourself. To generate my internal motivation, I've found film to be incredibly rewarding. My process and suggestion to you is simple. Find an inexpensive manual film camera with a simple prime lens. Plan an easy activity with it that has long-term value for yourself or for the city that you live in. For yourself, it could be documenting your closest friends and family with a simple portrait, something that we as photographers often overlook. For your city, photographing the places important to yourself and others, or your local shop owners or local change makers. The shift to film for me is a shift to the long game. With digital, everything is for the now, and we will always have the urge to share it instantly because we have it. With that, there is an anxiety as well because you're creating more work for yourself to edit and sort later. With film, you release that anxiety. Someone else, the lab, is now doing your post-production, and you're not deciding on Lightroom presets. You decided what film to shoot that on, and that's the overall look of that photo. You no longer have to make every single decision. There's a magic to it as well, that it might be a day or a week before you're able to view the images, and by that point you're going to be a lot less critical of the technical imperfections and a lot more conscious of the feeling of the image. You'll have no choice but to let the imperfections go and embrace them as part of the photo. My hope is that by shifting back to the root of photography, both in technical as well as subjects, you have time to think about what's truly valuable. No longer creating work for the sake of work, but now creating something you think you'd like to look at again in the future. Something with purpose and something with meaning. The move to film for me also removes the social media element from my work entirely. I'm no longer creating directly for Instagram. It feels like it's personal work again, and it's not something that's been created for the likes. I know this all might sound incredibly basic, but I think it's something that's often overlooked. I personally find value and motivation in it, and I hope that it helps you as well. Shooting film will make you a more conscious digital photographer as well, more in the moment with each individual frame, and more accepting when an image isn't technically as perfect as you wanted it to be. It is slow, and it is meaningful. Good luck on your journey in photography.